Previously on Fire Emblem Three Houses. Ah! Don't think you could hide that from me! I'm the master of finding things! And everybody knows it! And now back to teaching students about war. And hey everybody, the Great Pikmin 679 here, welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Three Houses. Last time we started making our way into the Alliance, and now we've learned that Claude is the master tactician and is... well, we're planning to take the battle to him, obviously.
Hey! Hey there.
And we've prepared. We've been preparing for a while. So this time we're still gonna do just that. Now we're wait until it's just a little bit further. Don't want to waste it. What I can do is replenish. That would be perhaps the good thing to do. Let's also support. It's gonna be a while.
You're in high spirits today, Dorothea.
Yes, I have met someone quite charming recently. I'm hoping we can spend more time together soon.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I wish I had some advice to offer. Alas, I do not.
Don't worry too much about it, Adie. I guess romance isn't really something you're interested in anyway.
I'm not completely disinterested.
Oh yeah? Is there someone you have your eye on?
A certain face comes to mind at the thought, though I'm not sure you could call what we have a romance just yet. It's not that I'm disinterested. I'm simply too busy with other endeavors. I have no time to spare for such things.
That's not surprising. You're not just any old noble, after all. Anyone who has feelings for you, well, they're in for a pretty complicated life.
I mean, my life is pretty complicated, so hey, whatever.
True. And I can't ignore the possibility that I may have to marry for political purposes. I doubt I'll ever have the opportunity for a passionate romance as long as I live.
That's no way to talk. You meet the right person and boom, you have passion to spare. Could be someone you've just met or someone you've known your whole life. There's no telling how life will go. Something could even spark between the two of us.
You and I? Now that is an entertaining thought. If such an exciting future is in store, I look forward to it.
Oh yeah? That's awfully sweet of you, Adie.
I can't believe it. How can I show my face to Lady Edelgard after this?
That's what you get, Hubert. If you rested like me, you wouldn't collapse from exhaustion.
As much as it pains me to say it, you're right. But to be looked after by you of all people, that might be the worst part of this. I don't know how to feel, to be honest. So for now, let's pretend, I think.
Pretend, should.
Oh, come now. Even I wouldn't abandon someone who collapsed.
You would have in a heartbeat if anyone else had been around.
Ah, yes. Quite accurate, Hubert. Why would I ever bother to be a decent person if there were anyone else I could foist the duty upon? If your situation turned bad, it would have been an absolute hassle. I could never just leave you there.
If that were the sort of man you truly were, we could never be friends.
But if we weren't friends, I probably would have just left you.
Shame you're so reluctant to do any real work. You're actually pretty good at this. Made sure I was comfortable, checked carefully for injuries, even carried me here yourself. If only you'd apply that knowledge of yours so proactively and thoroughly all the time, you'd be a tremendous asset to the Empire.
There you go again. I see no problem with staying just the way I am. But think of it this way. In an anthill, 20% of the ants are asleep at any given time. And it's not because they're lazy. Far from it. When the working ants become tired, they go to sleep and the others wake up. That's me. I'm the ant who rests so I can work later when other people are tired.
Maybe that's true. But even if it is, it's still just a fancy way to say you let others do all the work. Consider me unconvinced.
I'll consider you a bother and leave it at that. You and Edelgard work far too hard. I mean it. Take a break now and then. If you both collapsed, I think it'd be too much effort for me to bother with. Get some rest, Hubert. Not as much as me, of course.
Fine.
There you are, Lysithea. I've been looking for you. So, I have a hypothesis about your crests.
I know you're the one who sent me that anonymous letter. There are things we must discuss. Ugh, it sounded like some bizarre love letter.
What? No, of course not.
What?
However,
No.
I wonder what you would have done if it was.
Now I'm just confused and grossed out.
I'm sorry, but that is not the overall topic of discussion. Do pay attention.
Pay attention to you? As though anything you say is worth listening to. It's not like you can tell me anything I don't already know.
You don't have a very positive opinion of your crests, do you? That's why you should listen to me. I've dug through all my books, and there's no record of anyone being born with 2 crests. You are, to be blunt, an impossible occurrence. For you to have a second crest, it must have been forcibly implanted after birth.
Guys, Ada God has the second crest too. How has nobody noticed this? Lysithia is probably the only other one who has noticed that.
Is that your theory then?
Yes, it is. To further the theory, if the power exists to implant a crest, then it must be possible to remove one too. And that is the real issue at hand.
I could have one removed?
That's what Hanneman is working on understanding. I'm helping him with it.
Professor Hanneman.
Based on your reaction, it seems you want one of your crests removed.
Maybe both.
I don't think I'd give up having 2 crests if I were you.
Is that so? Even if you'd gone through horrifying experiments, endless trauma, and if you knew that all this pain meant you'd die very, very young? That's what you'd think? You're completely lacking in empathy, so of course you would make such a crass and foolish assumption.
Sheesh. Lysithia is having it rough.
Ah, Dorothea, your beauty puts even the most pristine flower to shame.
Ah, Lawrence, as silver-tongued as ever.
Oh, not at all. I must bid you good day.
I see the rumors are true. What a shame.
Rumors? About me? Whatever do you mean?
Why, that you're always ready to flirt, unless she's a commoner. Then you'll bid her good day as quickly as possible. Like you did with me just now. Are we so unpleasant to speak to, us commoners?
That is a rather pointed question, but I do happen to have an answer for you. As the heir to House Gloucester, I am in search of a bride of suitable social status. I seek to build upon the honor of my house, and to do that, I require a noble wife.
I'd think you could find plenty of suitable women, even among the masses.
Do not be so certain. A lady who marries me must be prepared to enter noble society, whether she wishes to or not. It is a complex web of etiquette and expectation, not a world one could easily step into without the proper upbringing. What's more, House Gloucester would hardly see much benefit were I to join myself to the household of a commoner.
Oh, I can imagine. Well, I suppose that means any friendship between you and I is doomed as well.
Isn't that a rather excessive conclusion?
You want someone to birth your house's next generation. I want someone to share my life with. I'm not even an option in your eyes, and you're hardly viable in mine. However, we're all friends here, aren't we? So I suppose politeness at the very least is in order.
All these people talking about freaking marriages and whatnot, but nobody else could marry each other. They could only marry to me.
Out for a stroll, are we? It's lovely weather for it. I might go wander outside myself. I'm sure I can see some beautiful sights.
Ignatz, hold still, will you?
Sure.
Your shoes are untied. It looks sloppy. Let me just fix it for you.
Oh, thank you for letting me know. But really, I'm perfectly capable of tying them myself.
Clearly that's not the case. Otherwise, this wouldn't be an issue. Now, hush. There we go.
Thanks.
You've also got awful bedhead.
What? But I examined myself in the mirror before leaving my quarters.
It's the back of your head. Quite unkempt. You really should get it together. I mean, really. You're born to a noble adjacent merchant family, aren't you? You really should be more presentable.
Sorry, Lysithia. You're always so perfectly put together. In fact, I'd say you're perfect in all respects. I don't think I've seen you fail at anything.
Well, consider that if I make even the slightest misstep, everyone will treat me like a child.
There's nothing I hate more than that.
I see. Well, I think you're very mature. If anything, you may be overdoing it somewhat. I mean, people treat me like a child sometimes. But I like it, because it reminds me that other people care about me. You know, no matter how much we stretch, some things are always beyond us. I think it's fine to be vulnerable and ask for help sometimes.
Ignatz, are you really lecturing me about how I conduct myself right now? You're a sheepish, unreliable scatterbrain who can only ever think about what others think of him. Perhaps you should worry about your own maturity before you start questioning mine. Although you certainly look the part of a baby, so maybe that's asking too much. Anyway, I've got things to do, so I'm gonna go now.
Lysithea, wait. Hey!
Out of my way! You're such a child, I swear.
That was uncalled for. After all, I am older than she is.
Oh, that's it, huh? Okay, fine.
Professor? So, listen. The Gloucester and Ordelia houses have territory in the southern regions of the Alliance. Everyone knows they support the Empire, so they won't get in the way of our armies.
That's good. Six, 666. Nice, nice. That's never gonna stay, but still nice.
Professor.
As masters supposed to operating magic, Dark Knights are true paragons of excellence on battlefield. With space and as a prerequisite, it seems I'm well suited for the role, wouldn't you say? Allows you to fight without a weapon. This guy can already fight without a weapon, let's be fair. But still, let's continue to make him like this. Well, appearance doesn't really change. I mean, granted, he's an origin, but still. Whatever, let's do it.
My pap.
2 points. 2 points, 2 points. As you can see, blah 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 blah. This is blah 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 blah. You should know this as well.
I'm really getting the hang of it. I still have much to learn.
Alright, nice. Increase by Tipsy.
It's almost time to depart. Are you ready?
Leave it to me.
A promising answer. Whatever happens, never allow your foe to see any weakness.
Right.
We must pay close attention not only to Claude's schemes, but to the man himself. He's a master archer who wields the legendary bow, Fail Not. He won't fall easily.
Sounds like a show way to have a name that won't backfire upon you. Fail not.
It's the relic of House Regan. That bow once belonged to one of the 10 elites. Professor, do you know the true story behind the legend? The relics were created by the hands of mankind. Saros collected them after killing the 10 elites.
Why?
Saros manipulated the people of the world and defeated the all-powerful King Nemesis.
Why would you do that?
The Church maintains the false history that he was corrupted and turned evil. However, it was little more than a simple dispute.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, if he was corrupt, he would have been turned into a beast by the relic itself. Holy crap! This church is more evil than the mouth this is. Holy crap!
Should the one leading the people of the world be someone with humanity, or a creature that can merely masquerade as a human at will? In the end, Saros was victorious. The Immaculate One and her family then took control of Fodlan. I know this because that knowledge is passed down from emperor to emperor.
Wow.
And that is because the first emperor is the human who cooperated with Saros, allowing humanity to be controlled in secret.
Ugh.
Perhaps it's fate that you can wield the sword of the Creator, just like Nemesis, the King of Liberation. And that very fate will lead you to use that sword to stand against those who would distort history.
I guess so.
It seems they've set out from Garreg Mach. That's sooner than expected. Losing the Great Bridge of Myrden was a serious blow. So is the fact that Teach is still alive. On top of all that, Judith. I told her to run if things look grim. Damn it. So many people will die, and by my call.
And what of it? Would you rather turn tail and run back home?
Nadir, you're really getting on my nerves. Do you have any idea how much of the Alliance adores me and believes in me?
Well, I suppose it's quite a lot. Does that mean that...
Yes, the plan is a go. I'm counting on you, Nadir. We'll make a good show taking down those who would assault Deirdre.
People say our kind may not always win, but we never lose. Let's teach them the real meaning of those words.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Now then, let's see what you're made of, Teach.
North of the Great Bridge of Myrden, the Imperial Army passes through the Allied territory of House Gloucester and invades the land of House Regan, which leads the opposition. They move to attack Claude in the capital, Deirdre, where the leader of the Alliance awaits their arrival.
Well, now for one cutscene yet again. Loading screens favor one-time cutscenes. Because, you know, they gotta load up all the graphics and stuff. I mean, fair enough, but still. I mean, I really gotta stop complaining and just skip these. There's no use to just complain about them. Defeat the enemy commander.
Here she comes, at long last. I've done all I can to prepare. Let the cards fall where they may. It'll be a true test of strength.
It seems Claude has blockaded the city and occupied the naval port.
If that is the case, he will have no choice but to engage us from there.
Yes, though putting myself in Claude's place leaves me with an unpleasant feeling. If we take over the port and close the entry to the city, Deirdre will be under our control. Each soldier should bear that in mind as they advance.
Right.
There are 3 gates which connect Deirdre to its naval port. Taking the city will be easy once we secure all 3.
I see. I see. Enemies are meeting Alliance reinforcements in front of the gates leading to Deirdre. Defeat the enemies in front of the gates to store the reinforcements.
For the Empire!
What's my strategy? Put me in there.
Alright.
I'm awake.
Steady now.
Let's make this quick. I will prevail.
More fighting. I do this for all of us.
My turn?
Like, I was going to incredibly note that there were, like, freaking things out here in the ocean. I was like, is that intentional? Somebody's foreshadowed that reinforcements probably going to arrive from that side.
Now it's our turn, Elmira's elite. Strike the flanks of the Imperial Army.
Why not surprised?
Those fangs and claws the Alliance fears so much will now be their salvation.
Leave it to us, kiddo. My undefeated streak will live on. Another chapter in my heroic saga.
I'm afraid this is where your heroic saga ends.
That flag and banner. Is that the Almiran army? Ugh, you really did it, Claude.
This is no ruse. That is Nadir, an Almiran general.
Take care of them quickly, especially those Almiran wyverns.
I must lead them well.
You're dead.
What a bother.
You're dead.
A photo.
Now I'll have some people come to the side here. It's better than nothing, I guess. Experience obtained. Level up.
For Bridget,
Can't pull back yet.
For an enemy.
The Elmyran reinforcements keep coming. We should try to eliminate Nadir. Put me in there.
All is going.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all.
strength and beauty. What a pair.
He's unstoppable.
Missed.
Another victory. Ignorance is deadly.
Sword health. Daniel level up. You're dead.
I'd let you go. Not my goal.
Don't worry, you're dead. Quite literally.
I must lead them well.
No time for accolades.
Kill you. Hi, hold on. Okay, not gonna risk it. Her cape is literally like her cape shadow is like literally blocking the HP. Actually, no, it's a tile. Well, actually, it's part of the danger tile, and her cape literally blocking the health. I literally thought she was like a low health for a moment. I was like, no. Level up.
Ernie's just...
I could learn a thing or two.
Your death is not in vain. I've no time to idle.
Hi.
Professor, it's been too long. But now we're on opposite sides, huh? What a shame.
Because I can literally recruit you. I've wasted all of my time trying to recruit. I've literally wasted all of my time trying to recruit you. You freaking son of a freaking What was any of that? Shut up, Sarkia.
I am not going to hold back. I can't let down my dear old Claude.
Prepare to be disappointed. Dead. Well, actually, now you're dead.
It's been fun, Claude. Sorry to go so soon.
It could have been different. I literally could have had another hero. It literally could have been the exact opposite. But no. Blue lines. Because of course, I'd have to recruit your dad.
Hilda! Why didn't you retreat? I counted on you retreating.
Things suck, but things don't go your way, huh?
Who's next? Get in line.
Paint, level up.
That's a...
Come to game with use. Now I'm gonna heal ya. That's not what I'm gonna do. And I guess protect him. Kill you very much. Divas.
My heart burns.
Literally critical hits are just going everywhere. Good lord. L. I'm gonna give up a nickname for Elder God. I hold it down, but it's just called L. Enemy phase.
For the fate of Bodin. Each milestone informs the next.
Nice.
Still a long way to go.
You still got a ways to go, even after 5 years. Strange how this works, really. Hi. Jeez, like it's no. These rivals are never gonna friggin' end. I suppose I got no choice but to go on.
Still here.
Enemy phase. Now it's all to come. I think. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. Killing edge. No, not the sword. Bernie, use the one weapon you've been training for. The freaking bow.
A little scratch won't stop me.
Thank you. Lord, go. Enemy face. No, I'm worried. I gotta get over there fast. Gotta get over there fast.
Let's keep up the pace.
There's that one dead. Not the most surprising way to do it, but it was a way. And it was done that way. I gotta get over here. I have to get over here. Level up.
I could go another few rounds.
Sword is 90 plus. Master key.
I'm gonna haunt you if I die.
Allow us.
Gambit boost.
I got really good, huh?
And now to here. To here.
Thanks so much.
To heal you. Jeez. Enemy face. No, he's dead.
All is going to plan.
That's right, come at me. I'm not afraid of you.
I do this for all of us.
You're dead.
Scratch won't stop me. Seems like
Hope this isn't it.
You're dead.
I wasn't about to let you go.
You're dead. You're dead. Level up. Level up. Heal you. And turn.
It's been 30-odd years since I first set foot on a field of battle. Here's a taste of my undefeated strength.
And here's a taste of my undefeated strength. See? Nothing. That was nothing. That was also nothing. You guys keep missing. So surprised you're missing. Ha! It's over! Taste the power of my critical crest of flames!
It won't be in vain.
So yeah. Here's a death. Miss.
Sorry, kiddo. It seems we'll have to withdraw.
Level up. You're way too close.
Strength and
A war is sealed. Huh, interesting.
You've done enough, Nadir. Just stay alive. We'll meet again one day.
We have forced the Almyran forces to flee. I doubt they're expecting more reinforcements.
I'm no idiot.
Her will demands it.
An
We
Emblem
don't
seal.
have the guts to resist anymore. Here, you can have this. Just please don't attack the city.
I never planned to touch the city. Our target is the Alliance and their leader, Claude.
Talisman. Increases resistance by 2. I'm gonna heal L. I'm gonna heal L. We could stop hitting that way. Doesn't convention us gained.
Steady now.
Twin axe, go away. Heal Bunny. Enemy phase. I love how you all keep trying to miss.
Skill.
It's just no use. You can't even hear me. I'm a freaking scout over here. I'm freaking dodging. I'm a freaking dodgy master. Competition. Good day, Commander. Well, I guess I know what I'm going for. Hey, Claude. I'm gonna kill you.
Another victory.
Well, I'm gonna kill the artist first. That's not. Experience obtained. Level up.
If only progress didn't require so much work.
But it does. Aye, aye.
This could turn the tides.
Level up.
Not much.
Okay, so I'm hurt a bit.
It won't be in vain.
I'm fine.
I must lead them well.
I'm totally fine.
One day.
So, just leaves you and us. What's that sword? Go away.
Teach, you should have chosen me instead of Edelgard.
Whatever. I'll get you eventually. Wait, what do you mean? I'll explain sometime later. But you never will. That's the problem.
No point in whining about it now, I suppose. Sorry, but I'll be taking the win today.
Not really. Especially how you died with one shot. Yeah. You just failed lost.
Enough. You bested me. If I die here, the Alliance becomes part of the Empire.
Do you yield then? You've never known when to give up.
Well, I can't just surrender so easily. I'm responsible for the others. If you're as smart as you seem, I bet you figured out why I was able to summon Almyran reinforcements. Wouldn't it be better to let me go and have me in your debt? Thank you, Professor. And you, Edelgard. I'm truly grateful for your courageous decision. I will return your kindness one day. I promise.
God.
Everybody, raise your voices in a victory cheer. Deirdre is ours.
Claude.
Hey, Teach.
Oh, hey, you're back. You're surprisingly quick at returning. I thought I was gonna have good in my heart for the rest of the day, but no, I guess not.
Claude!
Settle down, will you? You're the victor, after all. I could have escaped, but I decided to say hi to Teach. Nothing to worry about. Deirdre has fallen and the Alliance has collapsed. There's nothing I could do to turn things around at this point.
You want me to drop my guard around someone who evaded detection by my soldiers? Impossible. Did you really risk coming here just to say hello?
I did. But mostly, I wanted to say goodbye. I'm leaving Fodlan.
But why? Come on, man, let us explain!
Lend you my... I knew I liked you, Teach. I dare say Fodlan would be a lot more peaceful without me around. Right, Your Majesty?
It's as you say. So long as you remain here, the faction of the Alliance that is against the Empire will continue to support you.
Too true. It's best if I leave this place altogether. I'll just have to find some other way to pay back my debt to you. All I ask is that you go easy on the Alliance. After all, no one there would dare defy you now. And please treat my former classmates well. I've asked them to cooperate with you if I lost.
Wait, did your scheming include a plan for if the Alliance lost?
You think too highly of me. It just seems that way now. Outside of Deirdre, most of the Alliance is unscathed and ready to join your superior strength. In all honesty, I was hoping to become a supreme ruler and lead Fodlan to peace myself. But that won't be happening now.
Claude.
Good luck to you, Edelgard.
Claude.
Crushed him in battle, and yet... he really is difficult to understand.
He so is.
Lady Edelgard, Deirdre is now completely under our control. As planned, the Alliance's affairs will now be overseen by Count Burgles.
My father is coming here? First west, then east. You sure keep him busy.
Should the others return to the monastery and prepare to face the kingdom?
Yes, thank you, Hubert. Thanks to all of your efforts, our battle with the Alliance has reached its conclusion. However, we still can't afford to be careless. We must now join the battle against the kingdom. With the strength of the Church on their side, they will prove to be a formidable enemy.
Right.
More than ever, your support is invaluable. We'll need it in the days to come. But for now, let's enjoy our triumphant return.
Right.
Let's get to it!
I'm so happy that the end of the fighting is near. Too bad there's still more violence to come.
The Kingdom and the Church of Seros are worthy for fighting. I will crush them into very small pieces.
Crushing wouldn't yield a lot of pieces, but I guess it would get the job done. With the Professor, we can't lose. Probably.
Gee, thanks.
Oh no. Are we fighting Lady Rhea? But she's scary. And she'll be really angry.
Yeah, I know, but at that point we'll be stronger than her.
But no way she can stay in her spooky beast form all the time, right? If she could, she would have come and attacked the monastery as many times as she wanted.
It may be wishful thinking, but perhaps it is a power that she can only access when the situation is dire. But whether she is the Archbishop or the Immaculate One, we cannot be stopped. Half remains, but half is finished. We are certainly moving forward.
Yep.
No one can stop us from pushing forward. No one.
Part 2. Crimson Flower. Pegasus Moon. Tempest of Swords and Shields. With Deirdre under Imperial control, the Leicester Alliance ceases to exist, and its remaining lords ally themselves with the Empire. The Black Eagle Strike Force, having now conquered all of Eastern Fodlan, confidently moves to invade the kingdom.
Oh boy.
And that concludes Count Burgles' report. Just as Claude said, the old Alliance has willingly fallen under Imperial rule. However, knowing him, There is no telling what manner of poison could be waiting within. We must be careful not to expose any weakness.
Of course, though it seems we can now attack the kingdom without issue.
Yeah.
True. However, you should know that Lord Arundel has entered Deirdre. It would seem he has already started collecting the relics of the old alliance.
Let him do as he pleases for now. It's not yet the time to chide him.
Understood. As for the kingdom, as we theorized, it is not entirely united. If we defeat the royal family of House Bladed, and a handful of other notable houses, it should fall under our control quite readily. Those we must target include the houses Fraldarius, Galatea, Gautier, and Karen.
Karen. So is John. Oh, well, Karen, John, pronunciations.
We have allies who are close to some of those lords. Perhaps that can be used to our advantage. Persuasion by tears or threats. Perhaps one would consent to act as a hostage. We must make good use of the tools given to us.
What about House Row in Aryan Road, the fortress city? Will they not side with us?
The head of House Fraldarius, Lord Rodrigue, has entered the city. It is possible that he has seized it.
I see. Then it might prove too difficult to strike Ferdiad right away.
Either way, when preparations are complete, we can begin our deployment into the kingdom.
Right.
That part of the plan remains unchanged. Professor, is something wrong?
It's nothing.
This month, we must again put all of our effort into preparing for battle. I'm counting on you, my teacher.
No problem. Huh?
Professor, you didn't hear anything just now, did you?
Are you okay?
Of course I am. It's nothing. Nothing at all.
Are you sure about that?
I told you it was nothing and I meant it. It's just... well, there was a rat. I don't enjoy the company of rats. I believe I've told you about this before. About when I was held captive beneath the palace.
Yeah.
There were a lot of rats there. To this day, I just...
What's that?
What? Oh, Professor, leave here at once. I recall now that Hubert needs to speak with me. I must change my clothes. Now, whatever you do, don't look this way.
I already saw it.
Then forget what you saw. That's an order.
Hell. Come on. I don't understand.
A little more crimson, maybe?
May I suggest vermilion instead?
Vermilion? I know, I see it. You don't have to say it. I've got no talent at all.
Is that Y supposed to be lowercase? I feel like that's a typo.
I said nothing about your talent. I simply suggested vermilion over crimson. Do you know vermilion? It's just a softer shade of crimson. I believe it would... Oh, forget it. This is your artistic vision and I am but a meddler. I am going to read my book and leave you to your art.
No, it's fine. Say what you want to say. It's good advice. I'll use vermilion. Thank you.
Well, I'd best be heading back.
Phew! Finally done! I think.
All finished?
Please, don't look at it!
Everything looks a bit faded, doesn't it? Ironically, crimson may have been a better choice after all. The sense of distance on the petals is a little strange. Perhaps you should pay closer attention to such details as you paint. A preliminary sketch would do wonders. Still, forget my pedantic comments. You really do have potential. Bernadetta?
Idiot! Hopeless! Waste of time! Just burn the whole thing, Bernie! Break your stupid brushes and never paint again!
Huh. Perhaps I should have kept my thoughts to myself.
You think? You really think? Everybody just seems to have a hard time with everybody. It's no wonder she can't get a break.
the spot. Time to get nice and snug. Maybe do some sewing.
Hey, you Bernadetta. You look pretty happy. Celebrating something?
What? No, nothing at all.
Hey, relax. It's okay if you'd rather not tell me. By the way, I believe you left something in the library. A half-written manuscript? Your own work, I presume? I was curious who it belonged to and gave it a read-through. You're a really talented writer.
Bunny?
I'm sorry. I peeked at the first page, then the next, and I couldn't stop. I think it's good enough to publish. It's the kind of adventure story that will make people laugh and cry. I love how you never know what mess the hero is going to get herself into next. I'm dying to read more.
Bunny? She feels about standing up again, didn't she?
Your mouth's hanging wide open. Bernadetta? Are you okay?
Sorry, was someone talking about a story?
Oh, okay.
Yes, that would be me. I read your book.
You read my book?
Yeah, and I loved it.
I'm so humiliated. Please forget everything you read.
Humiliated? No, I think the word you're looking for is humbled, because... And she's gone. Now, what do I do with this book?
Oh, he actually read it. I regret everything. Even if I burn the pages, I can't burn his memory. Not unless I throw him in the fire, too.
I don't think that's gonna work.
No, that's awful. Don't think things like that, Bernie.